Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back once again to Anno 1800. Now looking at Manola this time around. It's been a while now. Manola is pretty important to us right now because in order to take over the old world, well, I do need more influence. We're pretty much capped with that now, right? We're at 59, that is. And if I want to build more dreadnoughts, and this is frankly the only ship that is really powerful enough to take it on with Miss Hunt. One of them costs me an insane amount of influence, right? So we have two right now. And in that case here, this is something that we need to push a bit further. And for these, we actually need to continue with our building permits. So in that case here, the major discovery that we have going, please let me in peace, leave me alone. There we have it, right? So we can push it a bit with some engineers, but as you can see, it's really barely increasing or decreasing the research time. It's not really worth it in my opinion. Anyway, we have 4 more permits coming up. I can queue in a few more. Depends on how high my limit is for my research point, right? We're at 79,000 right now. That is really pretty high. The next limit increase I do get if I get 6 more scholars in, right? And then we get another 1,000. Yeah, we can think about that in the future. Anyway, this is being researched. And I'm not having that many more influence points coming in with investors, right? Because we are pretty much here with engineers at our limit. I do have a lot of artisans that we can still push. And those then to investors. No doubt about that, but it's not going to be more than 50 influence in total. So, of course, my eye moves to Manola. And in Manola, we have our football stadium. That gives me basically endless influence points, right? Every time I finish one of these events, we do get here, for example, 90 influence points. That's almost 1.5 dreadnoughts that we can purchase with that. So this is what we need to do. For the next biggest event then that I would like to push, we need 10,000 artisans. And this is what I would like to achieve right now. So we can still go ahead and upgrade a lot more, right? So we have them over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually push more artisans, more breros to artistas here, right? So that's my go-to here. And this actually should have been enough already. There you go. With that we have 10,000 artistas. So let's have a look at that again. There it is now, and this gives me up to 150 influence now. However, it requires a lot of items that I don't have right now. So we can of course start with that because it's just fine to have a bad event rather than no event at all, right? So we can just constantly keep this online from now on. And when I have items, I have them, and if not, then not. Now, what we can have here is right away one of my airships.
What'll it be?
This one here probably, that goes back to Crown Falls now. And this one will always have an express delivery coming back to Manola with items that we need for these events, like gramophones, right? We don't have a trade route for that, obviously, because we don't need gramophones basically in the new world, except for these events. Everything else here we have, actually. We have the mezcal, we have the tortillas, and we have the felts. This is already coming in here, right? That's fine. Mezcal is a bit low, perhaps. So let's just quickly check it out, what's going on here. We have this production up and running here. But of course, with all of the artistas coming in, we probably have a pretty high... Oh, come on. What's going on? Bombardment. Miss Hunt. Does she have... Yeah, she's got ships over there. She's got a dreadnought. She actually is pushing in a lot of ships right now. Battleship, dreadnought, this is dangerous. Okay. My ships might have a bit of a trouble here. Let's actually combine my wooden ships to that. Get them in here too. And probably also purchase me some... Yeah, we don't have a warship here for sale. Let's hope that he doesn't... Or that she doesn't merge them together, right? And we can take out the dreadnought when it's alone. Like right now, it is alone and she's not moving those. So we might actually just destroy it before anything happens here. What's going on here? You have a problem? Shouldn't be a problem. These are basic building materials. We have them. No idea why it stopped. We have the workforce too. We have the warehouse right here. So there is no reason this should actually have any problem at all. Now, the gramophones are also coming in, right? This event will be great. I really would like to push the mezcal production though, so that we have it. And yes, okay, it's really just a production side problem that we have. So having another bar should actually just do the trick. We do have some more space here, for example, by the airport. Would make sense, really, to have another bar here, right? And another thing I would need to do is... So things are getting really complicated because Manola needs more and more resources that we usually don't produce there. And one of those things is then also windows. We do have the new World Trelawney trade routes going here. And I just need to check it out. Manola Coffee, Manola Crown Falls. That would have a lot of goods, but it's already full. Manola Crown Falls here, also full. There's nothing I can do about those trade routes. Crown Falls Manola with building materials, also full. And then we have Manola here with the sewing machines, the aluminium and the reinforced concrete. It's also full. So I do actually need to create a new trade route between Manola and Crown Falls. And this time around, we're going to say, okay, pick up stuff that we usually don't need here. That's windows, for example, right? That's some reinforced concrete. Now we are actually getting this over already. I might actually go for advanced weapons. There you go, because we always need some more defensive powers. Let's also get the steam motors over, because that's something we need for tractors, for example, but also for shipbuilding. And yeah, why not gramophones? And probably also, yeah, let's actually keep that for it, because we still could leave some room here, right? And we're going to make, yeah, one of my big airships ready for this with 5 cargo slots. This is really doing a nice job then. That's those things, right? And we have perhaps the banjos. Light bulbs might be something, and jewelry and champagne. So there's lots of goods here that we can get over. This is just a ripoff. Billiard tables give me +2 artisans, artistas. This is a very expensive product, so I'm certainly not doing that at all. Besides just flat out producing more, we can also produce new things, like for example the Jalea kitchen here. This is also a need, so I would really like to fulfill all the needs eventually. And this one here is very much needed at this point already, right? So it requires stuff that we basically have already somewhere. So we have the herbs in Calamari, right? That is over here. There you go. And here we have the production going. So let's just push more.
What can I do for you?
What's that? Gold, silver, bauxite. Nah, it's stuff that I really don't need. Also have us another warehouse then somewhere over here. And in that case, this is a production for the herbs already of 12 tons that we produce here. And we should also have then this trade route in the New World situated that delivers those herbs over. Do we have that? We don't, because we use the herbs for something else entirely. We're delivering the herbs from Calamari to Manola here with this trade route. So it's a combined trade route that we had, right? With the citrus. And this all goes to Manola. That's fine. So in Martino and in Calamari, we can boost production with that, right? And let's have another one here. I don't care about
I endure.
the mines over there. And in Martino, we do have the citrus, right? This already I boosted quite a bit. And we have the sugar here. So sugar is something we could still push a bit further, because we always need more sugar. People are addicted to that. One of the trickiest things right now really is just the Skyline Tower, because it requires, with the deadline quest, instant action basically over time, right? And I'm missing this deadline continuously because I'm focusing on other things. So this is always a bit of a problem here. By the way, the department store is working now, so we can go ahead and push more skyscrapers now. And I would like to push all of these guys here. That's going to be expensive, no doubt. There you go, right? Level 2. And these guys here. And of course, with all of these upgrades, we're going to run into supply problems again at some point soon. We'll just see. Let's also have these guys here upgraded. That's a whole bunch of additional tier 2 ones that we have now. Now they need the biscuit and the chewing gum, and then we can already go ahead with upgrading them to tier 3. At the same time, we can make our push now for the Stratnaut here.
We don't have to deal on paper.
Already saw me coming. But that's going to be a bit too late, unfortunately. It's alone, right? So there is other battleship. This we can use, so she will not be able to destroy any of our ships. Even though this Stratnaut is super fast. We might try to damage it and get some more out of it. Oh, there's the battleship now coming. Also now running away. There's no other one close by, right? No. Yeah, stuck now. Very good. Let's fire the torpedo. And then my cannon again. With those special items, it's an easy peasy win. Take the flotsam and then move towards that battleship here. Is she moving with any of her ships here to my island that she bombed? No.
Ship under
Should
attack.
repair those buildings that were damaged in the bombing. Ah, there's another one here, an advanced battle cruiser.
Ship under attack.
It's dangerous. It's really dangerous because one of those ships is enough to take over an island. I cannot really, I don't have the influence to protect these islands with more defenses. We need that influence for ships. Very good. Ozu goes down. And let's push for this battle cruiser here as well. Anything else here? Look at that!
Attention for the Admiral.
Got her freaking airships there again.
There is no fighting it.
A ship was destroyed.
This is annoying. She's getting her revenge at some point. We're going to... It's this trade route here. We're going to replace it with a normal... cargo ship with the white flag on it. These are just the things of daily business. Where are you going now? She's going... Okay, she's going over here at this point. We got white flag ships here going for though. This is heavily defended. This is my biggest problem here, but it should be fine. I think she's just lost right now. Alright, let's actually move back to Crown Falls, where, yeah, the skyline is continuing to grow. Now it's time then to also make it a bit more individualized with not all of them going for tier 3, of course, because right now it looks like an ugly wall. In that case here, but look at that, we're already running out of biscuits now. So this is already the first casualty.
From its voyage.
Even though we have a positive production, it seems like once again we are running out of materials for this. Right, so there it is. And flour is actually the one that we miss right now, which is strange. We should be full on that, since we have the flour mills going. They are still paused. They are still paused from the quest that I had. You can just totally forget about me, really. When there is a quest coming up, I forget about these things. So we need to reactivate the flour mills, and then we have the flour in again. Meanwhile, we've also caught up with the battle cruiser here. Destroying this, taking my ships. Actually, you know what? Let's take the steamships and move them over here, where she's entering usually, right? And the wooden ship I'm going to use over here as protection in Dehan Hidaru, which is one of my other very important islands that we have right now. About those ships, yeah, nothing I need to do right now, because honestly I'm not going to send another airship in. Back to Manola, we only need the Calamari production now, and then we can actually have the Halea kitchen finished. In this case here, we do need a bit of a beach area. That would be this area. These noodles, we need 3 tons of that, right? That's already quite a bit. That would be 2 kitchens, but it would be really 3 Calamari fishers. Can we improve it by electricity? No, we can't. So this really needs a lot of space. This beach will not be enough for this. So might consider... We have another big beach over here and another big beach over here. So Manola has plenty of space for all of this. Lucky us, we left this spot open. Perfect. So we can actually use this beach. And I would like to do this. Because why outsource it to another island when we can just produce it in Manola directly? Where we also have all that workforce going, right? So that's 4. Let's just see. Can we make a... Yes, we can. Because with that, we can have another 4 here. Perhaps even more than that. Just need to make sure that I have the access here to my warehouse. Then let's also push this warehouse up to level 3 right away. And then let's make this going. And then we could actually start with the first. Don't forget we need 3 tons. So I usually go with the twice as much as what we need to have a bit of room to breathe here. This time around I would like to go with 8 right away. Right, so I'm going to push this to 8. We could push the productivity, but that's worthless, of course, for me right now with all the unhappiness. What actually would make sense here is a trade union, though. So at some point, if I find the right items with so many buildings, it's totally worth it to use a trade union then. Yeah, this will be a bit more tricky up to this point. So there's still 3 more that we can have. So this is a nice production area here, right? The only thing is now herbs is full, very good. Corn not. The corn production is in Valdepena, so here we have already everything basically going for us. Here we could have, nah, it's really not worth it using the tractors for this. I just push a few more since we have enough room really for all of these guys. Yeah, we just built them. Also upgrade one of these warehouses, and then we could still push them also with items. We have also some room here, so one trade union will be absolutely fine for all of this. And you know what? I might actually consider this right away. Usually Isabel has some juicy items here available. Oh, look at that. She's selling an advanced battleship. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Loading
Why
stations.
not? I'm up for this. And we can also push it right away with the Sing's Steel double hull, right? That pushes its hit points and damage reduction from all ships by negative 20%, which is amazing. We got a Ferraz Al-Zarami here. This is a treasure trove indeed. 2 Ferraz actually, and the pedologist that boosts the corn plantations further. I'm salivating right now. Amazing. Let's get this over there right away to Valdepena, and then we can get all the corn over. So with this, we have plenty of materials now in Manola. The only thing now is, I need the kitchen, which requires the windows that I don't have yet, but the trade route is active. So soon, once the first ship comes in here, we get the next Mescal bars and the next Halea actually now working for us. Perfect. So that's 2 things that we have finished with this. Next would be the perfumes. We could actually tackle this one right away. We have the ethanol production already in Manola active. No problem. All I need is the coconut oil and the orchard farm. And for this new production chain, we're actually going to use one of the new islands that we conquered from Miss Hunt. So my airship is now on its way with construction materials all the way down here to, where is it? Quilming 3, because this has the orchard fertility and the coconut oil we can also get going here. There's even another island down here that we could use for something else, but we'll just see. Now back to Valdepena, my mighty battleship has arrived with the sexy items. And yeah, let's use the 15% also to continue boosting Ferraz Al-Zarami, and also then the pedologist here for Kogo income as well. The trade route we have, of course, active, right? Valdepena, that also gets the beef going. So this is moving over, and with all that volume increase, I would also like to add a 3rd slot here. And what I can see is we are actually full of corn here. So it's also a delivery problem that we have right now. So one thing we can do, the few materials that I have still left, using it for some more depots, right? Over here. Yeah, once again, it's the Windows 2 that is bringing me the suffering, but that's already quite a bit to 585. And since this is a big ship here, the huge collier that we have going, I might increase the volume to 400 tons now, because we can probably reach that. The huge collier is slow, but it has a huge cargo vault that we can use for all of this. Now, Isabel is really just a treasure trove. We also have the Get Rich Quick Volume 4, the Wasteland. Alright, and this one here affects the artisans' workshops with cognac production, right, that we have in Crown Falls, and it produces ethanol with every 4th product, which is just amazing. So we do need ethanol in Crown Falls, a lot of that, so we can alleviate some of the problems that we face with increased volumes. There would also then be here the next chemical plant productivity boost, something we definitely will need. And then I would also like to reroll a couple more times until we get some nice defensive ones. The fine steel hull, this one here. Let's get this one because I don't see anything else here, and perhaps a second one would be amazing. There it is, the legendary version of it. And let's get all of this here back to Crown Falls right away, because we can boost not only our industry with that, but also our dreadnoughts, right, with those steel hulls that we have. All right, meanwhile, that airship is arriving. I would really like to check out how my championship fares, by the way. Oh, it's not bad at all, right? We have the Mescal coming in here. How much more time do we have, basically? 30 minutes, that's not enough, right? So the airship with the gramophones will not get over. Still, we're getting approximately 100 influence out of that. This is totally fine for me. The trade route. Oh, wait a second. No, whoa. This is now interesting. Gramophone? Yeah, it was on time. We have the 100 tons of gramophone in. This will be a maximized one, even though Mescal might come in tricky here. Do we also have our windows? Yes, we have them. Perfect. So we can now also build me a second Mescal bar. Let's do this over here. For the next production here that we have. might actually worth it boosting them by 50%, honestly. It doesn't affect my artisans at all, right? So let's have one more here, and yeah, let's have also one here by the football stadium. Why not? It fits in like that, right? With the mezcal production up and running. And then we also have our Haller kitchen now. This one also looks like a bar, right? I mean, I'm really not a fan of these assets, honestly, because you would need to plaster your full your city with those, right? Let's go in and still do it. One here. Does it have a warehouse close by? Yeah, you see, we don't. So I need to have a warehouse somewhere over here. Now it gets its range. And then I'm going with a second one, probably also here by the airport. Right, so they're electrified right away and produce it. So with this, we have solved another issue now, that is the jalea, right? And the mezcal already goes up. Perfect. Perfumes it is, and then the fans. Now, the perfume is over here in Quilming, and that is now the latest industry that we can start. So it's basically a full island here. Question is, do we want to use a commute pier? It would be realistic to do this, but since we are starting with 200 Honolero already, thanks to our global leader bonus that we have, I might just go with a small town, because we already have a lot of workforce here, and with just a few more Honoleros, right, we can have way more. We also have the oil over here, and more oil over there. Holy cow, there's a lot of oil here. Very good. So I'm going to take that in as well. And then, really, this is going to be an orchard island, I think. Yeah. You know what? Let's call it Orchard Paradise. Something like that. So we can actually remember it. Because there's really not that much else that I would need on this island. Except the oil, of course, and the orchards. So let's get going right away with a warehouse here. And then we do have the orchard farm. How many perfumes do I need right now? I think it's not that much, right? It's a pretty high product already. What? Okay, it's 5 tons. That's flashing me. Okay, 5 tons. That would mean 3 orchards for now. I was expecting way less than this. And these here actually are farms and not orchards. Okay, that's me as a non-native speaker. I thought orchard is the orchard. So let's go in and just find us a spot here. Do we need to ever boost them? No, I don't think so, right? It's so such a high volume farm that we have here. Oops, this is looking bad. We need to actually squeeze it in here. We could still put a trade union in here somewhere. There you go, right? Just in case. But I don't think so.
A fire broke out.
This actually needs a lot of fields. I'm a bit surprised with that. Yeah, she bought back the share here. This is fine for me, because we do get the influence back. And no, it's not 360. It's just the newspapers waiting for my approval again. Let's actually finish this one here. So that's already 10 tons of production, right? And with that, we would have now 12 tons of production. So you can see where this is going, right? So I really don't need so many of these here. The only question is, how much workforce does one need? 10. This is negligible. The orchard coconut oil, however, is costing me quite a bit of workforce. But this is an orchard now, right? So this is really something we can place. And in this case here, let's have it a bit further over here then. Let's have a warehouse 1 and warehouse 2. And then I'm just going in and plaster me this area here with a bunch of them, basically. Yeah, we have it. Right, and in this case, let's just see. 1, 2, 3. That would be 6 tons, 8 tons, 10 tons. Right. Let's start with that, and that means I need also 5 of these here. That we have. I'm actually running out of timber. I mean, we have plenty of timber here with us, so that's fine.
I'd hate to punish you,
and then the warehouse as well. The question is, I mean, the ethanol production, theoretically, we have the corn on this island. We could have another ethanol production here running too, but I'm not doing that. And the perfume mixer actually needs artista, so this only makes sense really in Manola, since it can also be boosted by electricity, right? So I definitely want to use everything that we have over there. Let's use Melino right away for the straight route, because We have no airships by Misshunt in this region here, right? And it's going to be a lot of volume, I think, over time. So we can start with 3 petals, orchids, and then also coconut oil 2 times. I mean, it's a fast airship, so delivery time will be fine. There she is, right? And let's have this production going. This is now Citrus Manola Crownful, so this goes back. Yeah, there's a lot of freight routes that we haven't assigned yet, so might also need to do this at some point now, cleaning things up here. This is Manola only, this is New World only, and this is once again New World Trelawney, stuff like that, right?
What'll it be?
Off it goes, perfect. And with that, the only thing we need, because ethanol we already have in Manola, the only thing I would need now is the perfume mixer, right? And this actually is boosted by electricity. We need 5 tons of that already. So one of them produces 2. So 3 of them we need already. Luckily, they don't have the biggest size. So my hope is that we can actually push a few here. There you go. So this would be probably enough, right? And here we have that. And warehouse-wise, it's still looking a bit nasty here in this area because we're cleaning things up. I'm actually going to push another warehouse then here. And then we have more room here for more factories if I want to. And let's start with those 3. This will be enough, right? They're waiting now for the resources to come in and then they can be used. And they're also electrified. Ah, they have for us too. We have the trade union already active in the region. There it is with Ferraz. So that's already a nice boost for this. So 3 would not have been necessary, but it gives me a nice buffer there as well. And this, yeah, well, fixes the next product for the artistas now. We're sitting at 11,000 artistas. That should be fine. And how's the championship going? It's already working with the highest reward. Very nice. So once this championship is over, in 7 minutes, we're going to reap the maximum reward, the highest event with the highest rewards now that we see. Doesn't get better than this, honestly. Stay tuned.